Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Riviera Country Club here in Ormond Beach, Florida. Out here with Dan, with Fletcher, and with Devin. Why are we here? Well, we are playing the Riviera Open in about 3 weeks. So we're all coming down for a practice round. And today's video, I'm gonna basically show you what we're looking for when we're playing practice rounds. And you'll have my perspective, you'll have our coach's perspective, Devin's perspective, and then Fletcher is an amateur who wants to turn pro kind of in the new year, so he's getting some taste of professional golf as an amateur down here in Florida. I really hope this video will give you an insight into what goes through our heads when we're scoping out a course. Riviera, short golf course with small, funky greens. So this will be fun.
Like it's reachable with a short iron, regardless of what you hit off the tee.
It's a 460-yard par 5. It's right at that shaft, no?
Yeah, you can go a little left of that, but yeah, like that's where I would make that kind of the middle of the. Like if you hit driver on that line, you're screwed.
Yeah. So this is kind of what I was saying over on the putting green. This is the second hole here, 160-yard par 3. Look how small that green is. When we look over here at 1, it was a 460-yard par 5 with a very small kind of kidney-shaped green that you just need to be in the right spot. The greens are very firm and very quick. Only defense in this golf course. So it's just about really solid iron play and good putting.
Like this is the kind of golf course that's perfect for you, but like middle of the green is close to the hole. Like it doesn't matter. I don't care where the flag is. Middle of the green is a makeable putt.
Yeah. Here's that second green up close. Very small. And you heard Dan say on the tee, middle of the green out here is going to be a close putt no matter what. So yeah, I came up a club short because of the wind. Easy chip right up the face of it. Short siding yourself on these small greens is going to be a problem. Right, Devin?
Yes, sir.
These small greens, like Coach said, middle of the greens always.
Middle of the green. You'll be in good shape.
Absolutely. Okay, Fletcher, so coming out and playing a practice round, what are you looking for? Like, what are you trying to figure out right now about the golf course?
Biggest thing for me is definitely start lines.
Start lines, okay.
I'm a pretty aggressive golfer, so...
Yeah, Fletcher hits the golf ball really far and hits it really hard, so...
So I
dumb mistakes.
Yeah.
Coach there makes dumb mistakes. I've played one tournament round with Fletcher, and I can agree.
So for me, it's figuring out kind of what clubs to hit off the tee, where I can be aggressive, where I need to lay back, and from there, if I can put the ball in play and have like confident lines, I usually am pretty good to go.
Nice.
Eagled the first hole being conservative with an iron off the tee.
He listened to his coach on the first tee and made eagle. So for you, Dan, that's more, I mean, it's cool, like we're buddies, we get to play golf when we can, but to be out with 3 players, are you really like concerned about how we're swinging it or hitting it or like the decisions we're making?
Yeah, that's, if it's coming up before a tournament, the swing work should be done kind of prior for the most part. And so you might be working on something, but you're working on the shit that you've always been working on.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing new. So at this point, it's just kind of figuring out the best way to attack the golf course, which, depending on your strengths, is going to be a little different.
And that would be the same approach, like if you're over in Europe with Julian, same thing?
Yeah. It's very little new things. The only exception with a guy like Julian would be if he's playing 8-9 events in 10 weeks. And hasn't had a chance to come home. We might sprinkle some stuff in there knowing that it's probably not going to be great for that week.
Yeah.
But it's kind of setting up the run of the next 5 events. So like that's a little different strategy because of how many events he can play in a short period of time. But as a general, we'd like him to take some time off actually every month and kind of actually have time to kind of work on
the stuff.
Kind of way they're doing the FedEx Cup and Race to Dubai and kind of bunching up the schedule at the end of the year, that can be hard.
So for us today, I mean, we don't play this tournament for like 3 weeks, I don't think. So it's just get a feel for the course. And if we can still work on things if we're working on things, but it's more
This golf course is quirky.
Yeah, see how this course plays, basically. Yeah. Not get bogged down by technical stuff today.
Like long through the fairway.
Yeah.
And then there's water left. So like, I mean, where are we going?
A little to the left.
Yeah, around the corner. So you can kind of see the top of that little, like what looks black, like right through the middle of the fairway?
Yeah.
Where you see a white thing and then you see like what looks black?
Yeah.
That's actually a water hazard. So like 320 is probably in the hazard. So like there's no reason, like that's in play off the tee. And then you have water, like to me, same thing as one. It's a short hole, like something 270, 280 off the tee is going to leave you a lob wedge in, like.
Yeah, because this tee deck is 380.
Aggressive. Like, why would you? Like, you don't need to bang. Like, so a driver is a slightly shorter lob wedge, but it's still a lob wedge regardless of what you hit off the tee. Hey, the number is 280 because that allows you to go dead straight down the middle, and then it's whatever club that is. So for me. That's this club.
Come on in here.
Yes, sir.
We're making the turn now up on the 10th hole. Yes. You've played this golf course before?
Yeah.
You played the tournament here last year?
Yes.
So is this practice round, what are you looking to do today?
I'm just trying to find out what clubs I need to be hitting off the tee. I mean, it's a short golf course, but if you're out of position, you can definitely make some big numbers pretty easily.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my main focus. Also kind of just practicing some chip shots around the greens. The turf is pretty soft and grainy.
Condition-wise, the greens pretty firm like this last year, were they?
I think they were firmer last year, so they'll probably be a little quicker. So you kind of got to play smart golf, even though it's a very short course. I think it's what, like 6,500 yards?
62.
Yeah, so not even 65.
So then with it being like 3 weeks from now, are you still working a little bit on some technique stuff today, as well as get a feel for the golf course?
Yeah, definitely working on some technique stuff. And then I'm going to make sure I practice my wedges before the tournament. I pick shots inside 120 yards because that's going to be a lot of that, and making putts. That'll be the difference. So
yeah, basically we'll get an idea of what we need to be strong at. We know typically 10-ish under par will win this tournament in 2 days. So making 5-6 birdies out here a day is some solid wedge play and some good putting.
Yep, for sure.
And just smart tee shots, really. You don't have to bite off too much. So that's kind of, we're on the same page here. I think Dan and Fletch are having more of a
argument
right now, but no, like more like lesson work, but also get Fletch the feel out here, rolling with the big boys.
Arguing going on.
Debating.
We're talking sports all over the world, professional, amateur. Yep. So this is kind of what else happens when you play practice rounds when you're walking. Everybody gets to have their opinion voiced.
Yes.
Devin.
Except for me.
Except for Devin. Devin is the strong, silent type.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming up here on the 14th hole now, giving a little bit of insight of what Dan's thinking, what Fletch is thinking, what Devin's thinking, and kind of peppering my thoughts in there as well. On about the 7th hole, Dan and I had a little chat about just my action. Just was making some poor swings with the irons, driving it really well. I'm getting a feel for the golf course, what clubs to hit, where I want to miss. But right now, because the tournament's a few weeks away and I haven't really practiced in a couple weeks and I'm kind of ramping up my practice at the moment, it's nice to have my coach with me because he just said, hey, one simple thing, with your irons, you're slowing down. Essentially maybe a little hesitant on the wet turf or hesitant with my elbow, whatever it is. It's we're working on shallowing me out, and it's working really great with driver because I can rotate hard through it and not have any kind of concern about impact. Whereas the irons, it's just the body slows down a little bit, get a little steep, heavy. So since the 7th hole, I've had one thought, technical thought, just really cranking the turn through it, the rotation through it, and it's been really fun. been hitting it quite well. So this is a day for me that is some technical work along with some scouting of the course, and then when I'm done, I will probably pencil down a few notes, have some visualization, and just be ready to play this tournament come December 7th and 8th. I think that's a good little insight into our practice round. We have 4 holes left. Gonna put the camera away and just ride it out here, have some fun with the boys, and then we have an hour drive home, and I'm sure we'll talk about the course, talk about the swings and all that fun stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a nice little insight into what a coach and all his players are working on when we scout out a golf course. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in a couple days. Peace.